Welcome to Mr. Heath's guide to the Trinity Guildhall Grade 4 oral test, specifically the questions about intervals. So in the intervals question, the examiner will play two notes and you have to name the interval between those two notes. There's a number of them. I have songs that I use to remind me of what they all sound like. And I'm going to go through all the songs that I use to help me with remembering which interval is which and what their names are. I'm going to start with the perfect fifth. So the perfect fifth is basically going from one note and you count up 5 like that. So it looks like that on a piano, and the song I use to remind me what this sounds like is the theme from Star Wars, which goes like this. One more time. Bam, bam, ba, 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 ba. So whenever I hear these two notes, I think, oh, that's the Star Wars tune, and I know it's perfect fifth. The next interval we're going to do is the perfect fourth, and perfect fourth looks like this, starting on that note, and then we count up 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's our perfect fourth. The song I use to remind me of this one is the Wedding March. People don't normally know it's called the Wedding March, but the words go, here comes the bride, and the rest of the tune like so. So whenever I hear, I think, oh, that sounds like the Wedding March, and I know it's a perfect fourth. The next interval we're going to do is the major third, and the major third looks like this. So we start on one note, we go up to the third, 1, 2, 3, and it's those two notes there. And the song I use to remind me of this one is Oh When the Saints Come Marching In, which sounds like this. Oh, when the saints go marching in. So whenever I hear these two notes, I think, oh, that sounds like the beginning of Oh When the Saints Come Marching In, and I know it's a major third. The next interval we're going to do is the minor third. The minor third looks like this. It's a bit like the major third in that you count up 3, 1, 2, 3. But for the major third you'd go on to the white note, but for the minor third we go on to the black note instead. So major and minor. And the song I use to remind me what the minor third sounds like is Greensleeves, which was supposedly written by King Henry VIII, but I doubt it, and it begins like this. So if I hear, it reminds me of Greensleeves, and I know that it's the minor third. The next interval we're going to do is the major second, and the major second looks like this. It's really easy, it's just the two notes that are next to each other, so we go 1, 2, and that's our major second. The way I remember what this sounds like is that it reminds me of the beginning of a major scale, so the whole major scale will go like this. So whenever I hear this, I think, ooh, that sounds like the beginning of the major scale, and I know it's a major second. So we know the major second, and now we need to learn the minor second. The minor second, instead of being that, which is the major second, you go on to the black note instead. So you're still only going up one note, but this time instead of going to the white note, you go onto the black one. And the piece of music that helps me remember what this sound is the theme from Jaws. And basically, if you think there's a shark coming when you hear this, you'll be able to remember. And if you can hear that when that happens, you know you've heard a minor second. The next interval we're going to do is possibly the easiest one of them all, and it's the unison. And the unison is just the same note played twice. And if you need a song to help you remember what that sounds like, it's the beginning of Happy Birthday. And if I hear those two notes like that, I know it's the unison. The last two intervals are slightly tricky ones. First one of them I'm going to do is the major sixth, and the major sixth looks like this. So we start on this note and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's our major sixth. The song I use to remember what this one sounds like is My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, which is a very old-fashioned song, but it's very memorable. It goes like this. My Bonnie lies over the ocean, my Bon. So if I hear my Bon, I know it's My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, and it's a major sixth. Our last interval is the minor sixth, which is similar to the major sixth, except with the major sixth you go on to a white note, and for the minor sixth you go on to a black note like this, and this is what it looks like. And if we count up, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 onto the black note there. And now I can't find a good song that I think everyone will know for the minor sixth, and so I just remember it as the saddest sound I've ever heard. And if I hear it makes me want to cry, it's a sound that's really sad. And so if I hear this really sad sound, I think, oh, that must be the minor sixth. That's all the intervals you need for the grade 4 oral test. Hope you found that useful. If you can find somebody to test you, that would be a really good idea. Maybe you've got a brother or a sister who could test you and help you prepare for the exam. Good luck!